All too often, I'm afraid.
Now, this guy, you look at him, and yeah, he seems wet behind the ears, though he's sticking to his guns. It seems like he has a power behind him, and I guess he does, at least financially, huh?
All corporate America.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and some in particular.
Yes. There are two brothers who are rather wealthy and have stayed below the radar for most Americans, but I guess they're getting more attention, especially with this, that are kind of financing this thing, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure you can say they're financing this thing. I mean, obviously you're talking about the Koch brothers.
Yes.
It's not so much that they're financing this thing as so much as the organizations that front for them are certainly key players in this.
Okay.
They're all tend to be identified as Tea Party organizations, but they are key players for this. Certainly the Koch brothers were substantial contributors to Governor Walker, both in direct contributions, which was, I think about $45,000, which isn't outrageous. But then they also gave money to other organizations where they could give larger amounts that ended up being spent on Walker. And as we learned in that prank phone call last week,
yes,
there's obviously a relationship there, isn't there?
Yeah, a guy named Ian Murphy pretended he was David Koch and got a line straight to the governor and pulled off quite a gag, quite a prank phone call. But it was very revealing because even at one point, Ian, who was pretending he was David Koch, said, well, have you thought about sending some plants down into the protesters to cause trouble, to make them look bad? And he said, yeah, we did think about that. That was kind of on the table, but we didn't, just showing where this guy's heart really is.
Didn't look good, did it?
No, it did not at all. But it showed what access the Koch brothers have to this guy.
The, I guess, late 40s, early 50s, by the Taft-Hartley Act. So there are things that states can do to pretty much do away with unions. We have what's called right-to-work states in various states around the country, and there you'll find that while there's still a right to unionize, they typically don't come together because you basically give workers the choice of not joining if they don't want to. And usually when you join, you have to pay dues, so a lot of workers elect not to and still get the same benefits that a union member gets. So it kind of falls apart. Now, Wisconsin could certainly become a right-to-work state if that's what the state chooses to do. As it stands right now, they're not. Now, bear in mind, though, that what the government in Wisconsin is trying to do is not kill the union. They're not trying to decertify the union. They're trying to put a limit on their collective bargaining.
Well,
there's a difference there.
Yeah, again, it weakens it such that then the laborers say, well, is it worth paying dues to these people? Is it worth, if they can't
this is part of what's in this bill, is that it would do just that. It would say, we're not going to tell you can't be unionized, but we are going to limit your collective bargaining to primarily wage issues. And they also included in this bill is something that says that if a worker doesn't want to pay dues, the worker doesn't have to.
Yeah. And
that, of course, has a certain impact, doesn't it?
Yes, it takes the teeth out of the unions for sure.
Right.
No doubt about it. So
now, why are they saying that? Because they want these unions to have less money so that they can't make contributions to Democratic candidates.
Yes. There you go. Bingo. If you connect the dots, you finally get there. And that's what
this is really all about, man.
It's about 2012, and it's about
and beyond.
Yeah, and beyond. Sure. This has long-term ramifications.